Hey guys, I'm still here at Wise Earth Farm, and John's got a lot of stuff to show around here. The more I hang out at this farm, the more things I discover that he's doing and innovating. It's really cool. He's interplanting ginger with his tomatoes, and I think he just kind of did that as an experiment, but the potential of this crop is pretty amazing.
So it's super easy to grow. I'll show you what where the first one was. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So the first stem would have been this guy. See how it's a little browner at the bottom?
Yeah.
That was the first stem. And then a ginger is like a rhizome. It just keeps growing out, and then it keeps shooting little shoots out. So this shoot will come out and look like that in whatever time, in a 2 months time or a month's time. And then at the same time, it'll keep growing and another one will go out. So here's a shoot that'll pop out. Here's a shoot that'll pop out, and it'll just continue doing that. So with ginger, be patient. It'll take forever to get going, but that's because it has to start that rhizome, but once it starts the rhizome, it goes bonkers. This would double in size, I'm guessing, in about a month and a half from what it is right now.
So why did you decide to pair it with the tomatoes? What was the thinking behind that?
Experimental.
Okay.
I did it last year and it worked. I did it with 13 plants because I didn't have anywhere else to put it. So I'm putting it with the tomatoes, and it seemed to do quite well. I mean, if my tomatoes did better and we had to drop them down and there was a lot of tomatoes down in here, I don't think it would work as good, because we had trouble with our tomatoes this year. So next year we're just going to do it on its own. Yeah. But I think it's a well worth cash crop, because you could plant these out at 8-inch intervals or 10-inch intervals and make quite a bit of money.
How much do you think you can get for that fresh ginger?
For that thing, I think it's worth $10.
By weight?
Just this plant itself alone is $10.
Wow.
Like it's, I gotta use it anyways. I'll dig it up.
Can I take a sample of that?
Yeah, for sure.
I've never had fresh ginger.
We'll wash it up.
Wow.
But yeah, because the green and everything can be used.
Wow.
This is potent stuff, and because it's local, yeah, I would sell this for about $8 or $10.
Yeah.
Here, oh yeah, there's the old piece. Look at that, it just fell off.
The original. Oh my God.
And then so everything else is new.
Oh.
We'll go wash it up and see what it looks like. So here, I want to show you how it actually grows. So a rhizome, there's a tip growing out that'll turn into a shoot. That's a tip that'll turn into a shoot. There's another one coming here, and then along here, there's one there, there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and then along here, like so. Out of this right now, there's 5 shoots, but in another couple of weeks, there would have been double that.
Wow.
So with ginger, you have to be patient. It will grow.
Very cool.
But this is also what I did is, this ginger, there are 110 plants. So I planted, these tomato plants are every 18 inches, and then I simply planted 2 plants in between each tomato plant. So they're spaced at 9 inches is what this was planted at. And I got 110 shoots off of 5 pounds of ginger that I germinated.
Wow.
And it's still germinating. I'll show you where I took it from and what it looks like when it's still germinating.
Wow. So pretty.
It is. Now here's the cool part. Most people have never thought about eating a ginger leaf. Just like for soup.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. You could use that as lemongrass.
It actually is almost like lemongrass, but it's gingery.
Totally. Yeah, chefs were telling me
you
that
could cook with that.
Yeah, they'll put it in soups and stuff, all kinds of stuff. So this whole plant is usable.
What's the stalk? Like, what can you do with the stalk?
Same thing, is they'll put it in soups. Wow. Like they'll use it as a cooking. So my goal is, we're going to harvest these out at the end of October, because that's when frost comes and that's when ginger would die off. We're going to dig them up and then transplant them into pots, just really compact, simple to store them, then put them into the nursery, and now we're gonna sell them as fresh ginger.
Throughout the winter.
Yeah,
brilliant.
so we don't...
As a piece, like you buy that piece.
Because it's so much more value. The chefs would buy all this, and then if they start going bad, I'm simply gonna clip these and then sell these right away, and then sell this after. Because this fresh will store in the cooler at 6 months. Other than that, you have to dry it. There's no peeling this, there's no nothing. Here, you try this.
Just straight up.
It's strong. It's like ridiculously strong.
Oh, it's really strong.
It's built.
It's really strong.
Yeah.
It's built. Yeah. Whoa. It's like way stronger than store-bought ginger.
And there's no peeling.
It's almost hot.
It is.
Like some people who have spice sensitivity probably.
If you want
crying.
a real ginger flavor, use fresh ginger.
Wow.
This is where candied ginger comes from. This is where everything. So there's no peeling this. So imagine the volume you get off of here. Imagine the work you save. So that's something that I'm looking at, is to just have ginger year round.
So when I take this home, I want to eat some of it, but can I like break this piece off and plant it?
Well, at this point, no. I'll show you what it looks like, what you want as a transplant.
Oh, this is your guys' nursery now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really smart. That's your old garage, your old carport thing.
So, what you want out of ginger? Can you hear it through there?
It's a bit loud. Maybe let's
I'll
move.
just power up. So in the spring, we simply took ginger, left them in whole rhizomes or cloves
And
or
you
whatever you
bought
call
this
them.
at the store, like certified organic, just normal.
Through Urban Harvest, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So what I did is I just layered all of this in here for like really, really tight, covered them with some potting soil, and then water it heavy. Then let it dry out, because it goes into that mode of like wanting to germinate once it becomes dry from wet.
So only water it once heavy and then let it dry.
Well, then water it periodically after that. If you keep it very wet, they don't germinate. But if you start to dry them out, they start popping like super quick. So what ends up happening is this was a little shoot coming out of this ginger, as you can see where it is. So right here. So when you go and transplant this, you don't actually have to transplant this big chunk. You simply can break it off here.
Wow.
And now this is your transplant, because the roots are connected to the new growth that actually, you can see this is all new growth.
Wow.
So this is where it now gets its energy from. So that's all I did. So with all these, and this is what I'm doing with these, now I'm going to pot these up and overwinter them and sell them as ginger next spring, as plants. If you can see, there's no roots coming out of the main, main thing. So all you have to do is break it off. You have to be gentle with it, there. And then the roots all stay with that new growth.
Wow.
And that's it. That's your ginger plant. And from there on, it'll just go crazy. So all I did with that is the whole, bury it, water it with the tomatoes like normal, and that's it. I've not done any work to them. Wow. Like zero. So this is still sprouting after, as we planted those out in April, middle of April, and these are still sprouting all summer long, because we keep forgetting to water them, and then once in a while I come in here and I water them, and then the shoots just keep coming.
Okay, I get it now. For some reason I wasn't fully understanding, but you're just harvesting the shoots, and they just keep sprouting.
Well, in the spring I harvested all of them. First of all, there was nothing left, but you could still, keep sprouting.
And so you
them.
got some more, and then started again. And started more again.
No, this is still the same batch.
It's the same batch.
It's still producing.
Okay.
I thought the things were dead.
So like the one you just pulled off, like that's gonna sprout another one.
Maybe.
I
don't know. I really don't know how far it goes. But here's a good example. This guy's sprouting. So here's one here, and here's another one coming out of the same piece.
Wow.
So here, I'll break this guy off. Full intact plant. And there's a new shoot coming here, and it is already starting new roots.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'll leave this guy till it has at least a leaf or two, and then you can break it off, because you need these roots attached to the growth in order for it to continue.
Very cool.
Without the roots, I'm not sure what happens, but I'm not willing to. I'll experiment one day, but not right now.
Wow.
So so look at all these, like same here. Look at this. This is just popping. So you could plant this whole thing as it is, but you could just plant this.
Yes. Easier.
Like
Easier. How did you get into this? How did you discover that?
Experimenting.
Just random? You're like, I want to grow ginger?
Yeah. That's pretty much how my shit goes.
Dude. So hey, can I take a couple of these home?
Yeah, take them. Man.
Sweet.
Take them.
That's awesome.
I've been meaning to pot them up for like. Here, take them off.
Thank you.
Like,
That's
honestly.
great. Lovely.